So today again we are here, and as you see, today's caption in this part of secret knowledge is: there are two who are one and play in many worlds, in knowledge and ignorance. They have spoken and made, and light and darkness are their eyes interchanged. So this is the caption today, but we will go back and let me read the whole passage out so that we can weave out the whole thing together and get a bigger picture. All here, where each thing seems its lonely self, are figures of the sole Transcendent One. Only by Him they are. His bread is their life. An unseen presence molds the oblivious clay. A playmate in the mighty mother's game, one came upon the dubious whirling globe to hide from her pursuit in force and form. A secret spirit in the inconscient sleep, a shapeless energy, a voiceless word. He was here before the elements could emerge, before there was light of mind or life could breathe. Accomplice of our cosmic huge pretense, his semblances he turns to real shapes and makes the symbol equal with the truth. He gives to his timeless thoughts a form in time. He is the substance, he the self of things. She has forged from him her works of skill and might. She wraps him in the magic of her modes and makes of his myriad truths her countless dreams. The Master of Being has come close to her, an immortal child born in the fugitive years, in objects wrought, in the persons she conceives. Dreaming, she chases her idea of him and catches here a loop and there a jest. Ever he repeats in them his ceaseless words. He is the maker and the world he made. He is the vision and he is the seer. He is himself the actor and the act. He is himself the knower and the known. He is himself the dreamer and the dream. There are two who are one and play in many worlds. In knowledge and ignorance, they have spoken and made, and light and darkness are their eyes interchanged. Beautiful lines. Sometimes I just wonder, how is it possible for someone to, bring out such profound and deeper truth in poetic form? It is possible only so far as Sri Aurobindo is concerned. The mother doesn't merely say that the whole world is crammed, the whole universe rather is crammed in Savitri. It is so true. But how come the expression, such deeper expressions, profounder truths, how can this be brought forth in a poem, single poem? In fact, it's a boon. Savitri is a boon to us. And really we are so fortunate. So let us take 2-3 lines together. All here, where each thing seems its lonely self, are figures of the sole Transcendent One. Each thing here in this world seems separate from everything else, and each looks solitary, alone, isolated, as if separated all together, and there is no connection whatsoever. But in truth, all these are forms of the Transcendent One, the Divine Reality, the One with the capital O, that is the Supreme Divine Reality. So here in this manifestation, there are indeed so many. Everything, whatever is issued from the one divine and soul reality, has become here many. It is because that is the play of the divine. He wishes to become many. But on that account, they are not separated from that soul reality, and the relation continues always. And the one of which we are talking now, that is the divine reality, dwells in everything, whether it is a human being, whether it is some other creature or a tree or something else. Everything, whatever exists in the universe, in everything the divine reality or the spirit dwells. So he has consent to become manifest. Only by him they are. His breath is their life. An unseen presence molds the oblivious clay. Everything in this universe, in this world, exists only because of that Transcendent One. And they would not be there but for this, for his rather, the divine realities or the divine spirit's pulsation. It is because of him only everything exists in the creation. And his breath is their very life. And what is said again? An unseen presence molds the oblivious clay. This substance of ours, Sri Aurobindo says, is a clay matter. Why? Clay is, you know very well, mud. He names it clay because it is full of ignorance, full of filthy matter, that is ignorance, falsehood, which crops up time and again in our life. Every now and then it comes out and we manifest it in our actions, in our thoughts, in our speech. So it's a clay matter, including the body itself. And surprisingly and interestingly enough, this clay matter doesn't know, or rather oblivious, who is molding it actually. In fact, there is someone from behind who is molding, who is shaping, giving shape to it, taking it further, but it doesn't know. And there's an unseen presence which molds the oblivious clay. Then Sri Aurobindo takes us further and says, a playmate in the mighty mother's game, one came upon the dubious whirling globe to hide from her pursuit in force and form. All this is a game. It is said that it is a divine play. In Indian term, it is called Lila, Lila of the mighty mother. And in this game, she has a playmate who plays with her. And what is the play? First, this playmate comes down onto this revolving or whirling globe, which is with most uncertain movement, all the time in a flux. He comes down here and play hide and seek. With whom? Her paramour. That is the mighty mother. Because though for the purpose of manifestation, for the divine play, for the Lila, one has come down as the mother, the mighty mother, she again is none other than a part of that divine reality or the divine being, supreme being. So they are one in essence. But for the purpose of the divine play, she has come down, and again in this globe, the other half, that is he, pursues the mother right down to this globe, tries to pursue her, and also what he does, he tries to hide from her, that is the divine mother, who pursues him. Because he hides in each form. Although he comes down, he becomes hidden or sleeping in different forms. That is why we see in the next few lines, a secret spirit in the inconscient sleep, a shapeless energy, a voiceless word. He was here before the elements could emerge, before there was light of mind or life could breathe. So he comes down, and in the inconscient existence, he is there in a trance condition, in a sleepy condition. There is the spirit which gets into that inconscient and becomes sleepy. Or at least we do not seem to be, we are not aware of this. There is a spirit which is not visible or perceptible in inconscient matter. It is but he only. That is why the Divine Mother always pursues her, pursue him, and he hides. Where does he hide? In the inconscient, as a shapeless energy, a voiceless word, as a potential word which has not yet found its expression. And even before the elements could emerge, he was there. And when it is said the elements, before the elements could emerge, as you know, there are 5 elements of which we might be aware, a lot of us might be aware. That is, in Indian context, it is ether, air, then water, earth and fire. These are called 5 elements or tanmatras. So even before these elements could emerge, he was there as a presence. Then only could these elements emerge and be. Then only the mind of life, the mind of light can come or could come, and also life could breathe. That is, it is only because of his existence, although he came and became inert, hiding himself in matter, that is in the inconscient, still it is only because of him that out of dense matter first life could come in, and out of life there could come mind, and even in that mind some more higher lights could manifest. So that is the process of evolution of which we talk about. So it is a kind of a self-extension of himself right down to matter, that is the inconscient level, which is the nethermost level of consciousness. Then it is only because of his presence there as a play between them, that is Purusha and Prakriti, he again emerges from this inert matter to become life, to become mind, and so forth and so on. Then, accomplice of her cosmic huge pretense, his semblance he turns to real shapes and makes the symbol equal with the truth. In the Mighty Mother's huge show, he has been her accomplice all the time in putting up this divine play. And this word accomplice has the sense of a partner in a wrong deed, because the Mighty Mother as Prakriti is engaged in a Maya, and while it is so, what happens? It becomes something always that there creeps up or creeps in lot of errors which shouldn't have been there, but it is there as a play only. And in this play also, he, the playmate or the accomplice, that is why Sri Aurobindo says accomplice, that means the companion in the wrongdoing of nature, he is there. Because even behind this, he has his own reason to manifest fully in time. He gives to his timeless thoughts a form in time. His conceptual formations, his musings are eternal and beyond time. But he gives them form in terms of time. So he waits for the proper moment, proper time, and in its time, he gives shape to things perfectly. He is the substance, he the self of things. She has forged from him her works of skill and might. The very substance of which all things are made is he only, the divine. The core of things, everything And it is from his being that she has shaped everything, all. She wraps him in the magic of her moods and makes of his myriad truths her countless dreams. Here in this field of manifestation, in this play on the globe, she has the master hand. She wraps him round and does whatever is needed with her moods. She has countless dreams, but all these dreams are based upon his innumerable truths. So, in essence, all the truths are contained in the divine, and Prakriti, the other half, ferrets out all these and gives shape in time. So they are woven into her dreams. Then the master of being has come close to her, an immortal child born in the fugitive years. The Supreme Master, the Divine, has come here close to her, to the Mighty Mother, and he becomes an immortal child in each soul. He is born in time, and in the fleeting years, fugitive. What is fugitive? It flies away, is fleeting, because human being as it is, at least till now, physically is mortal. So, even though the Divine, the Master of existence, has come here as a portion of himself and dwells in the depth of our being, as soon as the physical sheath has to go, because it has its own limitations, then this soul withdraws. That is why it is called an immortal child born in the fugitive years. Fugitive because it cannot remain always. So, if the years are fleeting, at best it can be, say, 80, 85, 100 years a person can live, then he has to leave the physical sheath, then the Divine withdraws, or the soul withdraws. And again he comes back, taking new shape in a new body, and keeps on working. So it is a continuous process. In objects wrought in the person she conceives, dreaming, she chases her idea of him, and catches here a look and there a gaze. So, the Mother, Mighty Mother, she dreams, and in her dreams, she pursues her idea of him. What is his idea? Her conception of what he is in the form of the objects fashioned by her. She dreams of everything, what he is, the Divine is, and she gives shape to all these in her own pattern. And in the process, she manages to catch here a loop and there a gesture. Ever he repeats in them his ceaseless words. And in the objects fashioned by her, that is the Mother, in the Prakriti, and in the persons conceived by her, he, the Divine, repeats his ceaseless words. As we said just now, it can, as a portion of himself, come as a soul, dwell in our being, but as soon as the physical does not allow or permit to keep on going, it leaves. That means the divine goes away. And again he is born in them, again and again, repeatedly, unceasingly, he comes in different lives, taking different births. And in the process, every time, it is he who is there in us, in the depths, as a portion of himself, the soul. He is the maker and the world he made. He is the vision and he is the seer. He is himself the actor and the act. He is himself the knower and the known. He is himself the dreamer and the dream. This world is made by him only. He is the maker. But he is not separate from this world. He is this world itself. He creates the world, and in creating so, he becomes the world. He sees the vision of the creation, but what he sees is also himself, not something separate or any objective. And also the act which is performed and the performer of the act, they both are one. He, that means the divine, he is the actor, he acts, and he also is the action. Both are him only. The object of knowledge and the knower who knows are the same. He is himself the dreamer and the dream. He dreams, but the dream itself is him only. So we cannot separate divine from anything that exists in the whole universe, in the whole creation itself. It is only he who has manifested into the creation through his playmate, the Mighty Mother, giving her forces and powers, and in turn she forges her powers in different modes so that the whole creation is sustained, and not only sustained, it is sustained progressively, taking to new heights of consciousness. So now we come to the final decisive lines. There are two who are one and play in many worlds. In knowledge and ignorance, they have spoken and made. And light and darkness are their eyes interchanged. For the play, for the manifestation, purpose of manifestation, there have to be two. That is Purusha and Prakriti. But actually they are one. One soul, divine reality, Transcendent One. And that one becomes manifest here through the Shakti. So the absolute reality, or it is sometimes called the Brahman also, or the divine reality, it comes down as Shakti, and this Shakti is none other than his paramour, his lover. And they play together not only in this world, but in other worlds too, because there are as many as 7 planes of consciousness. I think we have discussed about this earlier also. So all these 7 planes of consciousness and many worlds on each plane. So both of them are there in all this as a play, Lila of the divine, for the purpose of manifestation. They both meet and commune, converse with each other, not only in knowledge, in ignorance also. That is why we see in this world, we wonder why it is so, this pain, this suffering, all this which we do not expect or hope. We want everything to be smooth and happy, but it doesn't seem to be so. Why? Because it is in the interest of the play, Lila of the divine only, that it is fashioned in such a way that we realize, and in this realization there is a process through which the divine works, and the working, we do not know how does she work, the Divine Mother, and we become confused. And we take it that this world is a Maya. So that phase has gone now. And then our pleasure and pain are their wrestle and embrace. Our deeds, our hopes are intimate to their tale. They are married secretly in our thought and life. So beautiful. So in their play, which they are playing always, in their play we are helplessly engaged, and we do not understand anything, why it is so, why there is so much of grief, pain, then suffering, then illness and death. But this is a process through which we have to go before the higher consciousness, which is calling or pressing us time and again to fall in line with divine's action. Until and unless that happens, we cannot expect this world to be a divine world, and we also cannot expect that for us things will be smooth, wonderful and delightful also. But behind all this pain and wrestle and embrace, both are forms of their play with each other, Purusha and Prakriti, because they are always at play. Purusha and Prakriti, Shiva and Shakti, all. Lakshmi and Narayan, you say. So they are playing, they are wrestling also time and again, and in the process we are impacted, and this impact is nothing but the process of evolution, which is getting faster and faster with each passing day, because the time has come now, because the hour of the divine is closing in on us. That is why Aurobindo says that nor worldly prudence whisper too closely to thy ears, because it is the hour of God. So we pause here today. If you have anything, yeah.